We blame so many things for the lines on our face: the sun, our genes, just getting older. But what if the real culprit, the one doing some serious damage, is actually hiding in plain sight, right in your pantry? We're about to uncover the bitter truth about how sugar is silently aging you from the inside out. Look, we all get it. Sugar and our waistlines, not exactly best friends. But what if I told you its biggest, most lasting impact isn't on the scale at all, but on your face? Yeah, I'm talking about wrinkles, sagging skin, and that loss of a youthful glow. It's a connection most of us never make. So what in the world is going on here? Well, it turns out skin aging isn't just about the number of candles on your birthday cake. Nope. A huge piece of the puzzle is a specific and kind of destructive chemical reaction that's happening inside your body as we speak. And this hidden enemy, it has a name: glycation. You can basically think of it as a sneak attack. Sugar molecules floating around in your bloodstream decide to glom onto proteins. And what's their absolute favorite target? The very proteins that are supposed to be your skin's support system. Like collagen, the stuff that keeps it all firm and bouncy. All right, let's put on our lab coats for a second and dive into the science of what some people are calling sugar face. We're going to break down exactly how having a sweet tooth can literally show up on your skin as visible signs of aging. So glycation, in scientific terms, is when a sugar molecule latches onto a protein. But honestly, the best way to really get it is to picture caramelizing sugar on a stovetop. What happens? It turns brown, it gets super sticky, and then it hardens up. Now imagine that same process happening, but slowly, inside your body, to your essential proteins. It's a slow, internal caramelization. So how does this whole chain of events happen? It's really a simple three-step process. First, you get a rush of excess sugar into your bloodstream. Step 2, those extra free-floating sugar molecules start attaching themselves to important proteins, like the collagen in your skin. And finally, that unwanted bond creates these nasty, new, harmful molecules. And these guys, these are the real villains of our story: AGEs. AGEs stands for Advanced Glycation End Products, and trust me, they are just as bad as they sound. These are basically rogue compounds that make proteins all stiff and dysfunctional. They kick off inflammation, cause a ton of stress on your cells, and the worst part, they just build up. They accumulate in your tissues over your entire life. Okay, so now we know what these AGAs are. Let's really look at the damage they do. How does this whole internal chemical mess actually show up on the outside, on your skin? This slide really says it all. Over on the left, you've got healthy collagen. It's this beautiful, strong, flexible web. That's what gives young skin that amazing bounce. But then, look at the right. That's glycated collagen. The AGEs have gotten to it, making it brittle, stiff, and all disorganized. It can't even repair itself properly anymore. It's less like a springy net and, well, more like a stale pretzel. And the results of that pretzel-like collagen, it's pretty much a checklist of what we all dread about aging skin. You get wrinkles and fine lines because that inner scaffolding is weak. Your skin loses that snapback, that elasticity, and it starts to sag. And because those AGE compounds are kind of brownish, their buildup can even make your skin look dull, a little yellow, and can cause patches of hyperpigmentation. And listen, this doesn't just happen overnight. Glycation actually starts when we're young. But the effects, the things you can actually see in the mirror, they usually don't start popping up until we're around 30. And from that point on, the AGEs just keep building up, which is why the signs get more and more obvious as we get older. So where are all these AGEs coming from? Well, they attack on two fronts. You've got your endogenous AGEs. Those are the ones your own body makes, fueled by the sugar you eat. But then you're also bringing them in from the outside. Those are called exogenous AGEs, and you get a huge dose of them from foods cooked with high, dry heat. So think grilling, frying, roasting, and yep, from tobacco smoke too. Now, this is so important to understand. The damage does not stop at your skin. What's happening to the collagen in your face is also happening to proteins all over your body. This makes glycation a full-body systemic problem, one that's so serious it's gotten the attention of major global health authorities. I mean, just look at this quote from the Director General of the World Health Organization. The WHO is so deeply concerned about what high sugar consumption does to our health, and remember, that's the fuel for glycation, that they are actively pushing for things like sugar taxes. This takes the conversation way beyond just skincare and puts it right in the middle of major public health policy. But here's part of the problem.
This chart shows that while, over 100 countries are taxing sodas, a lot of other high sugar items that are just as much fuel for AGs, things like some fruit juices or sweetened milks, they often get a free pass.
So why all the fuss? Why this level of concern? Because the exact same glycation process that's wrecking your skin's collagen is also wreaking havoc deeper inside your body. I'm talking about solid research linking the buildup of AGEs to some of the most serious conditions out there: diabetes, heart disease, kidney failure, even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's.
Okay, that was a lot of bad news, I know. But here's the good news, and it's really good. You are not powerless in this fight, not at all. So let's shift gears and talk about real, actionable things you can do to fight back against glycation and lower your body's load of these damaging AGEs.
A really simple but incredibly powerful place to start is your own kitchen. Remember those AGEs you get from food? Well, how you cook matters a lot. Those high-heat dry methods, grilling, frying, roasting, they create a ton of AGEs. But just by swapping them for lower-temp water-based methods like steaming, boiling, or poaching, you can slash the amount of AGEs you're eating. It's a game changer.
And what you eat can be your best defense. Mother Nature has packed certain foods with natural compounds that can actually inhibit AGEs. They run interference. We're talking about things found in green tea, colorful berries, onions, and garlic. Even simple nutrients like vitamin B6, you get that in chickpeas, and zinc, found in seeds, can help protect your precious proteins from glycation. So let's just boil this all down into 3 simple key strategies. Number 1, and it's the most obvious, lower your sugar intake. You cut off the fuel supply for the AGs your body makes. Number 2, change how you cook. Dial back the high, dry heat to limit the AGs you eat. And number 3, boost your body's defenses by packing your diet with those age-fighting foods. And if you take away only one thing today, let it be this. Glycation is a biological process, yes, but it is not some unavoidable destiny. The choices you make every single day, what you eat, how you cook it, give you real power to influence the rate of this aging process, right down at the cellular level.
Which really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The next time you look in the mirror, what are you going to see? Will it be just a reflection? Or will you see the story of your choices and understand that you have a real say in how that story gets written, right down to the caramelization of your own cells?